So my name is Eugene Burmako. I will be starting at Twitter next week, and I will be a senior software engineer in the engineering effectiveness department. All right, so it was actually quite fun. Back then, when I was still in Belarus, in my home country, I got really interested in some compiler projects. So I just came up with some ideas, then hacked up on them. Back then I was using C#, and then moved on to some new ideas. And at some point I realized that something that I hacked, a similar thing, it was already implemented by the Martin Odersky's lab called LAMP. And I read a paper about that, and I was like, oh my god, so what are these guys doing? I was so excited that I immediately wrote an email to Martin, who later became my doctoral advisor when I moved to Switzerland. And this is basically how I got introduced to Scala. Martin said that everything that the lab is doing is done in Scala, so I had to learn it pretty quickly. That was a fun ride. Well, essentially I started writing the Scala compiler, and in the meanwhile, while you're writing the compiler, you learn a lot about the language. All right, that's a very interesting question. So sometimes at conferences I get, well, since I'm part of the Scala team, coming from the EPFL side of the team, sometimes I get questions about popular libraries like Akka or Play, but actually what we're doing there at EPFL is quite different from, I would say, normal Scala development. So the thing is that the Scala compiler is just a program that's written in Scala, and it doesn't have any external dependencies. Where, well, there are some. There's JLine, for instance. There's ASM, but we're mostly self-contained. And as a result, it's pretty fun. So we just get to build our own stuff, and we get to work with early IDE builds that provide support for language features that we've just hacked. And that's a very, very exciting endeavor in ourselves. So essentially, we're building our own stack, and it's a fun ride. Awesome. So there's this talk that will happen later today. It will be given by Stu Hood. He's my future colleague at the Engineering Effectiveness Department, and there he will be talking about the advancements in the PANS build tool that is developed at Twitter. So it's developed internally, but the results are open source. So I'm really looking forward to getting updates about PANS and seeing what Stu and his team have hacked up.